Hey, what's up, guys? You're welcome to another edition of Plus Event, and I remain your host, Ifeoluwa Oshuke.
Your absence isn't an excuse anymore, as Plus Events is all you need, as we bring you the glitz, the glamour, and loads of fun.
Oh, definitely. Like, no question. He's a living legend.
Oh, God forbid, Holy Ghost fire, I know.
I just want to be blown away. I want to be wild.
This is 11 years of doing it.
I'm surrounded by so much positivity. No, it's okay.
Yo, what's up, my people? It's your boy Starboy Terry. You're watching
Plus Event on Plus TV.
Stay glued to Plus TV Africa every Saturday and Sunday, 4:30 p.m. West African time.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
You are sitting on Nigerians' money.
From the barbing, I pay my rent. On the barbing, I send my children to school.
A consultative engagement.
No any tangible notification before they ban us.
It's one thing for people to be at your back and the heat of the moment, and another thing for them to still be with you when push comes to shove.
I will do everything to take Lagos out of the national grid.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408, or send an email to marketing@plusttvafrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
The APC convention is an indicator of success in 2023, says President Muhammadu Buhari. And Governor Nyesom Wike of River State declares for presidency and says he has the capacity to remove the APC from power. This is Plus Politics, and I'm Kofi Bertels. Abdullahi Adamu, former governor of Nasarawa State, becoming the national chairman of the party. Adamu emerged after 6 other aspirants had stepped down. And speaking on the event, President Muhammadu Buhari noted the unity leaders and members of the party demonstrated at the convention on putting the party on a firmer footing for victory in the 2023 general elections. The president had stated that the media was peddling what he called fake news of division within the party, when what exists in the party, according to him, is unity, cohesion, and personal warmth. These were his words. He also blamed the main opposition, People's Democratic Party, for trying to divide the country and leading to all manner of separatist agitations. Now, joining us to discuss the All Progressives Congress elections and, of course, other developments is the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Cross River State, Alphonsus Eba, joins us via phone. Good evening to you, Honorable Alphonsus Eba.
Yep.
Okay. President Muhammadu Buhari has said that the media was peddling fake news as far as the internal wranglings in the People's Democratic Party is the All Progressives Congress, sorry about that, is concerned. Do you agree with him? I reckon you do. So you tell us how the media was peddling fake news. Honorable Eba, can you hear us, please? All right, we seem to have a bit of a network connection issue in getting across to our guest, Honorable Alphonsus Eba. But please stay with us. I will try and put him on the line in a matter of seconds and to have that very, very interesting conversation. As we said, the All Progressives Congress held its elective national elections, a convention right there in the nation's capital, Abuja. A lot of reactions coming to this. The president blaming the media for peddling fake news. Of course, we're all aware of what happened with the chairmanship, or let's call it the caretaker chairmanship of the party, with Governor Mai Mala Buni of Yobe State having to, cut short his medical trip to Dubai to travel to the United Kingdom, where President Buhari was also on a medical track on the line. Good evening to you, Honorable Alphonsus Eba.
My pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much. The president has blamed the media for peddling what he called fake news of disunity in the APC. What do you say to that? How did the media peddle fake news?
In law, there is what we call res ista loquitur. The fact speaks for itself. I am sure we have been able to prove naysayers and prophets of doom that APC is the party to beat. We came out much stronger than we were. We came out more united. And I must tell you this, and you can take it to the bank, and you'll get it in all currencies, that APC is not only a united family, but we are ready for the task ahead.
Honorable Eba, you're the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Cross River State, and I'm sure you're aware of the internal issues of the party. Wherein lies the fake news? What the media does is simply to report what happens, and we know what was going on what happened when Mai Mala Buni, the chairman of the Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee of the APC, left the country to go to Dubai to see his doctor. Of course, we know that the Niger State governor tried to assert himself as the substantive caretaker chairman of the All Progressives Congress. Senator John Akpano-Addo was kicked out. So would it be fair to blame the media for peddling or us peddling fake news?
I am sure that documents speak better than oral assertions. May Malabuni, when he left for medical attention in Dubai, he transmitted a letter to the effect that the governor of Niger State and other members of the caretaker were going to act in his absence. What the media tried to do was only a figment of their own imagination. There was never a time that a little differences in terms of interest ever graduated to become a storm. Yes, agreed. They built up to the convention. People were divided along different interest lines. However, all that came to be buried on the night of 26. We woke up yesterday under a new canopy of a party that is very united and very strong. And it has been celebration from home to home.
Okay. All right. Let's look at the emergence of the new national chairman, Abdullahi Adamu. He's a former governor and a former member of the National Assembly. Some would say you needed to have a fresh face to show the fresh direction of the party, a new direction of the party, maybe someone younger. What would you say to that? Because, of course, Adamu is one of those who's been there for some time now.
The emergence of a man like Abdullahi Adamu, and in the person of Abdullahi Adamu, is the best thing that happened to our party. Don't forget, we are trying to have a meeting point between the old and the young. You are speaking to a young man who is described as one of the youngest state chairmen today in the country. My emergence was not also without any rancor and disagreement and disapproval of so many persons. Oh, you are too young. Oh, you are this. At 46 and a half, people said I was young. And I was too young. At 60-something to 70, people said Abdullahi Adamu is too old. Whatever you do, people will always talk. But again, like I told the national chairman yesterday, I say, Your Excellency, sitting in this place from morning till early hours of this morning without blinking your eye, I am sure naysayers have been proven wrong. The capacity we always see in you, today the world is watching and seeing us. That man did not just never blink his eyes. He was moving around very strong and has kept so strong from that Saturday till early hours of yesterday, through the afternoon and even evening receiving guests. That is what you need. The name of this man is Bridge Builder. He earned that name many, many years ago after he left as governor of the state. Only recently he became the chairman of the APC Reconciliation Committee. To us in the APC, it is for him to return back and complete that work of reconciliation and taking us to the proper next level, which is progress.
All right, Honorable Alphonsus Seba, Chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Cross River State. Some people are insinuating that Abdullahi Adamu, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, former governor as well, was imposed on the party by the leadership, particularly President Muhammad Buhari and those in his circle. Do you agree? Of course, I don't know. I would be surprised if you do. But what do you say to this as a ranking member of the party, that this was not the will of everyone in the political party and that this man was imposed?
You see, what you call imposition, if you check the dictionary meaning of imposition, it is completely different from the political meaning that is being given to it. What we try to do in our party was to aggregate all the different shades of opinion, all the different interests. Don't forget, before we zoned, more than 15 persons came out to indicate interest to run this election. When we went into zoning, the number reduced to a marginal level of about 6 or 7. When the sales of nomination form started, it further reduced to about 5. It became clear, like all the governors, the senators, the rep members, and all political leaders in respective communities, from the polling unit to the ward, to the chapter, to the state level, will always have who they want as their interest to be either their ward chairman, their chapter chairman, or state chairman. When we graduated to the national level, it was only wise for us to say, Mr. President, who do you want among this whole person? And the president said, I want all. But in my thinking and estimation, you had given an assignment to Senator Abdullahi Adamu, His Excellency. For us, it is for him to go back and complete that work. So as much as I want everybody here that is running, I would prefer that the man that has unconcluded work should go and conclude it. That was not imposition. Okay. The governors came together and saw reason with that. And that was how we all surrendered to that view. It was a popular opinion, and it became the interest of the day.
All right.
And everybody had to drive the consensus process. It was not an imposition.
All right. Honorable Alfonso Eba, Chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Cross River State. Are you there, sir?
I am with you.
Okay, fantastic. Now, the People's Democratic Party has refused to keep quiet about this national convention, and of course the emergence of Abdullahi Adamu as the chairman of your party. Don't forget the current PDP national chairman, when he was elected at the PDP's convention, threw a challenge to the All Progressives Congress to try and hold a national convention, which your party has done. But they are saying that the former governor of Nasarawa State, who is now your chairman, is tainted with a history of corruption, and that what your party has done is simply impose somebody or brought in somebody who has a record of corruption, or with, rather, the anti-corruption agency, EFCC. The PDP put out a statement through its national publicity secretary saying the imposition of Abdullahi, a man arraigned in court on not less than 149 counts of alleged fraudulent award of contracts and stealing of public funds estimated at 15 billion naira, and they're saying you brought this man in as the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, thereby telling the entire Nigeria that your party celebrates corruption. What do you say to what the PDP is saying?
Anyway, when a party that has a chairman who in his own testimony had before now made a confessional statement, made an admission to be a super juggernaut of corruption. I am talking about Senator Iyocha Ayu, who told the whole world, and it's on record, that he collected 345 million from the then National Security Advisor, Major Dasuki, as consultation fee to support His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, knowing clearly that that was money that was meant to procure arms to fight insurgency in this country. And that money was stolen by the chairman of PDP. For a man like that is lacking in character, in content, in conscience, to make an allegation against a man who has not been proven to have committed any act of corruption.
Honorable Eba, are you saying the PDP might be corrupt? You're not just the only corrupt party or the only party that has people who have questions to answer regarding corruption, but also, so are you saying you are both, You are not worse than them. Is that what you're saying?
I did not hear you well. You say what?
Are you saying, oh, well, we have someone as a chairman who is tainted or who has questions to answer regarding corruption, but so does the PDP. So you are saying you are as corrupt as they are?
I have not. You did not get me. You did not get me to learn very well. I say allegations may have been made against our national chairman, but they remain unproven. They remain in the realm of allegations. But the national chairman of PDP, Senator Iyocha Ayu, in his own admission and confession, told the world that he stole 345 million.
Excuse me, but did he tell the world that he stole? Did he use those words, I stole? Has he been convicted by any court of competent jurisdiction?
It is in his testimony.
All right. You are criticizing the People's Democratic Party, who had released a statement criticizing your party, saying that your party is a corrupt party for celebrating corruption by appointing Abdoulaye Adamu as your party chairman or electing him, as you said. But if you're pointing an accusing finger at the People's Democratic Party, what about the fact that out of all those who were appointed or elected, rather, as members of your party holding key roles, a lot of them are former members of the People's Democratic Party? For instance, Abdoulaye Adamu, the man we're talking about, who is the national chairman, was in the PDP. Iyolo Mishore, who is your national secretary, your new national secretary, was in the PDP. Festus Fuanta, who is the deputy national secretary, was in the PDP. F.N. Nwosu, who is the national welfare secretary, was in the PDP. Mustafa Salihu Party. Uguru Matthew Ofoka, national treasurer, was in the People's Democratic Party. Betta Edu, national women leader, was in the PDP and criticized and lashed the APC during the NSAS protests. And finally, Abubakar Mekafi, who is the national auditor, was also in the PDP. What is the difference, Honorable Eba, between the PDP and the APC? Or should we now call it the APDPC?
I think your line of question is different from the submission you are giving. In fact, if you want to follow the line, I was myself a member of the PDP. Today I'm in APC.
So what is the difference?
No, get me right. Get me right. You said the PDP spokesman came out to make an allegation against our national chairman. And I was only telling you that the national chairman of PDP, whether speaking through his public secretary, do not have the moral fiber to stand to make any accusation or allegation of fraud, because himself has admitted and has confessed to have stolen money that was meant to use and procure arms.
All right, but I think we had moved on from that, because I did say, and of course, I did say that whilst not trying to take away from your point, because of course you said it's on record, I need to check, but I did say that the Iyocha, you had not been convicted by any court yet. But talking about the People's Democratic Party, I asked you what's the difference between the APC and the PDP, because you have not less than 11 members of your national executive committee, your national working committee rather, coming from the People's Democratic Party. Now, you yourself, as a chairman of the party in Cross River State, you were in the PDP. I do wonder where the likes of, well, let me not go there. But so what's the difference?
The difference is that the human beings and the character you find at any particular time are the people that make a party. It is not those parties that make the human being. Today, myself and the likes of all those that have moved from the PDP, we have moved because there are tendencies, there were practices in PDP that we could not live with. And so we have only come to add voices, to add our strength to making the APC the party that is going to be the dream of what we have always had.
But what is the difference between the PDP today and the APC today? Look at the names I mentioned. I've not even talked about the state party chairman like yourself.
We are talking about the gathering of progressive minds. That is the difference. The APC is a body of progressives, people that are set and concerned about the development of Nigeria.
Honorable Eba, you yourself, a few months ago were attacking the APC. What changed?
Check my record and tell me what I have attacked the APC about and let me know.
During the 2019 elections, didn't you attack the APC?
I never attacked the APC. I attacked the people that were running the APC in Cross River State. And I did my best to only market the candidates of my party. And do not forget, I was head of mobilization for the campaign. So what I was doing was not to attack party, but to sell my candidate.
All right. Very quickly, just in a sentence or two, what does the emergence of a northern chairman of your party mean going forward for the presidential primaries of your party and the discussion on zoning? Very quickly, please.
For Nigerians, that power should shift to the southern part of Nigeria. Whether it is going to be the south-south, the southwest, or the southeast is another kettle of discussion for another day.
All right.
But the APC has given a clear direction ahead that power is coming to the south.
All right. We'll come back to that particular issue for a part two, because I'm sure it's still a discussion we need to have. Thank you so much for your time. Honorable Alphonsus Eba is the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Cross River State. Ms. Eba, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
We'll take a short break, and when we return, we discuss Governor of River State, Nyesom Wike's declaration for the 2023 presidency. We'll be right back.
It's scary, isn't it? Putting yourself out there, ignoring the voices telling you can't. Will you step aside, or will you go for it? After all, what's the worst that could happen? So, keep trying. Don't stop. Believe in yourself and go for it. Aladana, available in many variants to nourish you every step of the way.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better?
Join Mamude Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on PlusTvAfrica as he probes deep in search of solutions.
Inside the Niger Delta with Mamude Akuga, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
This Medan has been directed to empower 1,000 persons with disabilities in each state in the next 12 months.
When I start hearing the shoot of gun.
Whatever I've done.
Every public policy has winners and losers, and some will not be very happy with you, while others, usually the silent majority, will be quite happy.
Welcome back. Governor Nyesom Wike of River State has declared his intention to contest the 2023 presidential election, insisting that he has the capacity to confront the All Progressives Congress APC and win the election for the People's Democratic Party. Wike made the declaration during a consultative meeting with stakeholders of the Benue chapter of the PDP at Government House in Makurdi. He told the stakeholders present about his ambition and solicited for Benue PDP votes in the coming National Delegates Convention of the party, even as he stressed on zoning. The governor of Rivers State also wants stakeholders not to sell their votes but to give the votes to him, while adding that some of the People's Democratic Party presidential aspirants were only after power in order to amass personal gains. Let's go over to that event, and we will roll the tapes to see what exactly transpired at the Government House in Makurdi, Benue State.
For you to remove this APC from power, see, my mother told me, when a madman flocks you, don't run. If you run, the madman will pursue you. If you flock you, take stick, but flog the madman. That the madman will, this is very painful. Then the madman will start running. This APC, they require people too, who will tell us enough is enough. And I'm that person that can tell them enough is enough. We must take this power. Power, they know the dashable. Do you dash power? Power is what? Taking. I'm ready to take it for PDP. And I will take it for PDP. No, if you're on the election, they know the dash power. Then they take power. All these people want the election. If they support me. To do what? I've come out. I'm going to take this power from APC back to PDP by the grace of God. God has given us what it is, and that's why God is making APC to make mistake every day. That is how you know God is with you. So I'm begging all of you here, Abamoro, Suswan, Senator, spoke well, members, chairman, don't go and sell your vote. Don't go and sell your vote. Give me. Because I'm the only one that can have the capacity. APC people, when they hold meeting, they say, look, don't enter Wike's problem. They must enter. And when they have entered, I've captured them. Give me this to do. Let me return power to PDP. Thank you. For you.
Give me, the governor says. Well, joining us to discuss this is Mr. Punaboy Nkutara. He is a former special advisor to the governor of Rivers State on media and publicity, talking about Governor Nyesom Wike, and a former spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State, Darlington Orji. Gentlemen, good evening to you and welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, let's start with you, Mr. Nkutara. What is your reaction to this revelation by Governor Nyesom Wike? He's finally spilled the beans, basically saying that he wants to be president of Nigeria in 2023. You can see them in him in his red cap. What's your view on this?
Well, first, let me say that it is his constitutional right to so do. I mean, all he needs to do is meet the constitutional requirements. And if he meets them, of course, he has the right to contest like any other person. But the truth about it is that I have my strong reservations. And what are those reservations? There are certain qualities you need in a person. Governor Nyesom Wike is one man that is impervious to criticisms. He is one man that is lewd with his words, especially the use of lewd words and language. A man that does not control his temper. And for a president, you need this courteous public personnel that will serve as a coat of armor, protecting your anger in public. He's not that kind of person. And in most cases, he goes beyond the bounds. For example, if you do a thing or say a thing that is adverse to his interest or he finds inimical, rather than address the issue, he is going to abuse your family abuse your father, and abuse your mother. That attitude smacks of depravity on a very serious. That is not what you want from a president. And it's more surprising. I expected this from President Buhari, given his military background. But after that mistake of Dasuki, where he said the court has no right to admit Dasuki to bail when he is guilty, which we all condemn, I don't think he has really come out in the open to exhibit his military background. This is completely lacking in Governor Nyesom Wike to dictate to PDP. Wike won't broke it. He will not tolerate it. Now, the Delta State governor, whatever it is, the deputy governor, was expressing his misgivings. Wike took it up. The next thing is, who is your father? The man never mentioned anybody's father. The governor responded. He reacted again. In such a vulgar manner. That's not gubernatorial. And that's what he was going to take to the presidency. You see, these are the issues we are talking about. You must be able to tolerate views, no matter how inimical those views are. And as a leader, you choose your words. You choose your language. You must select the right word from the word basket. You engage in intellectual discussion. You disagree. Like my brother in the studio on the other side now, I'm talking of Darlington. We might disagree on this program. But that does not mean I'm going to say, Darlington, who is your father? Darlington, who is your mother? Bukola Saraki is out now. Atiku is out now. Rather than I am better than Atiku, I am better than Bukola Saraki. You are asking, your father's business, how many are still surviving? Why do you have to drag families into this? It's quite discourteous and highly disrespectful. That is not what we want in politics. You must be courteous, decorous in politics. These are the issues.
All right. Mr. Ngotaria, interesting points you've made. Of course, I've taken note of most of them, if not all. Darlington Oji, you are a member of the People's Democratic Party. But before I come to you, Mr. Ngotaria, you were.
Let me say this. Let me say this. You know clearly. I know I've said it always. I'm not a member of PDP. I'm not a member of AP.
Okay.
As I speak, I'm not a member of any political party.
All right.
And that's why I can criticize the government, both state and federal, at will.
Okay. You were a spokesman for our special advisor on media and publicity to Governor Nyesom Wike when he became governor in his first tenure. You know, the first few years, you were his first...
You were in Port Harcourt then, you know
of course. And you battled me on air whenever we had to talk about...
Because you breached the professional ethics.
I didn't breach the professional ethics, but we'll talk about that some other. I don't know what I did to breach it.
We agreed. No.
Mr. Ngotaria, I do not know what you're talking about. But this is not the forum to discuss that things because you don't have time. However, you were the first spokesman for Governor Wike. Are these things you're saying based on your personal experience with him?
What is personal experience? You are talking about what is in the media, even on your station. So it has nothing to do with personal experience. My personal experience with him in office has nothing to do with the public. That's purely official. Even if he had said, Opnabo, this or that, that's between us. If I'm upset, I'll tell him I'm upset. And the Excellency, I didn't like what you said. But we're talking of public now. We're not talking of personal experience here. Any experience you have with your boss should remain with your boss.
Okay, let's bring in Darlington.
These are statements that were made in public.
Okay, let's because of time, let's bring in Darlington Oji at this point. Darlington Opunabo Ngotaria, whom you know very well, has said Governor Nyesom Wike lacks the character to become Nigeria's president. He also says that the governor of Rivers State cannot tolerate opposing views and is a serial abuser of other persons. What's your response to this?
Well, thank you for the privilege to respond to some of these issues. Unfortunately, I am not here to join issues with my brother there because he has been a member of our party. He has had his shot. The issue why he was disengaged is not a matter for debate as it stands today. If not, he understands that at the time I was the spokesman of the party, so he should know that I was close to the system and I understand. Kofi, let me tell you that the declaration of His Excellency.
I was not disengaged, please. I was not disengaged.
Don't worry, can you allow me? I don't want to talk about that, please. If you can allow me, my dear brother, I can tell you that what has happened is a triumphant entry into the polity of Nigeria. And the question is, why should it be that since His Excellency, since yesterday, the governor has made his intention known to Nigerian people, people are running all through the looks and crannies of Nigeria. Now you talk about the character of a man. I don't understand, like as Opunabo is sitting down there, when I call him a bully, I don't know how he's going to react to me, if he's going to absorb it or take it in good faith. Not everybody will take that. You know that His Excellency Governor Wike is not a man that you can, you can discuss when you are not certain of what you are saying. Now, talking about whether he has the character and charisma and capability to carry Nigerian nation, my dear brother, the answer is yes. How? River State is a mini Nigeria. My brother there can understand and agree with me. This is a state where we have different people from different tribes. Boundary neighbors do not understand themselves, yet we live and do businesses together. Under his watch, we have been more united than ever. A man has shown interest like others have shown. What is the problem? We have a contest to make. I am not talking about the general election. The most important thing now is the internal election for a candidate to emerge, where we are putting all we have to the table. Let all our brothers come together. At the end of the day, when he emerges or any other person emerges, then we cannot begin to discuss. I don't want to believe that now is to deform the character of any person. Otherwise, everybody has what they will talk about him. But Kofi, let me assure you that His Excellency, this is entrance. My brother Opunabo should agree with me here that in 2014, from 2015, when we started campaign, it was like an impossible mission. People never believed that Wike is going to make it. First, the story was as a state minister, is he going to resign? He resigned, and we saw it. He contested with 27 Calabari aspirants, and he defeated them. This is a man that goes for what he wants, and he understands the cry and pains of Nigerian people, and he's here to provide solution to it. If he can manage River State, my brother will agree that before today, River State was unbearable for investors. River State was unbearable for commuters. Every day kidnapping, left, right, center, oil theft, and all of that. A man took the bull by the horn to say, no, under my watch, because I took an oath to protect the lives and properties of our people. Okay. Therefore, I must go all out to see how
Darlington Ojibi, before I go back to Opunabo and Kotaria, what will Governor Nyesom Wike bring to the table as president of Nigeria, based on his almost 8 years of being governor of River State? Very quickly, in 1 or 2 sentences.
Governor Wike has a lot of things to bring on the table because he's a man that is properly informed, taking from his political lineage. Talk about as a chief of staff, as a local government chairman, minister, and now governor for 2 terms. He understands the problems of Nigerian people. He understands that we have a lot of policies and laws in this time. Our problem is the implementation, and he's ready to offer that. He has said he's going to fight the insecurity the way he fought in River State. He has said that he's going to provide opportunities for our people. He's going to create a level playing ground so that investors could come and have assurances. He has said he's going to obey the laws of the land. For instance, how could it be in a system where the court will give a court judgment and you choose the one to obey and the one not to obey? No investor or serious-minded businessman will come to invest in such country. And he has assured Nigerian people that when we roll out our blueprint, you will understand it, that this is a man that believes in the rule of law. And once you make the rule of law part of your system, a lot of people will believe in your country. A lot of investors will begin to come and key into your economy.
All right, thank you, Darlington. Thank you. Some have said that in Governor Wike's But I'd like to ask you, because I've followed the conversation on social media in Rivers State. They have been pointing out that in Governor Wike's almost 8 years of being the helm of affairs in Rivers State, that his economic credentials have been almost zero. If you want to look at, in terms of a private investment and bringing investment from the private sector into Rivers State, he's done well in terms of internally generated revenue. But in terms of having an economic plan, bringing investment into Rivers State, some have pointed out that there are not many, companies that have come into Rivers State to invest. Quickly, what do you say to that?
No, it will not be correct to say that. If he has not created a proper economic status for Rivers people, how does our GDP rise? We know what we met in 2015 when Wike came on board, and we know what the GDP is today. The IGR is growing on daily basis. Why? Because Wike has given investors in Rivers State assurances to do business. He has stopped outing. He has stopped kidnapping, even though that there is no country you go to, you will not see pockets of crime and criminality.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, Darlington Oji. Let's quickly go to Opunabo Inkotaria. Opunabo Inkotaria, yes, Wike says he is PDP's best chance at clinching power back from the All Progressives Congress. Do you agree with that?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Yes, Wike.
That is left for the party to decide. I am not going to sit down here to tell the party or any political party who is supposed to be their flag bearer, their standard bearer. That is the exclusive reserve of the party. Then after that presentation, the Nigerians will now decide whether he's fit to be their president or not. The first step is the party. When trees fall on trees, the topmost is first removed. Let me claim that party ticket first. Then we talk of whether Nigerians will vote for him or not. That's a purely PDP.
All right.
But let me also respond to that. That you know that pensioners are not being paid in Rivers State. Jobs are not created in Rivers State. He promised 5,000 jobs. They are not created. Pensioners are not paid. There is no promotion in the civil service. You know all that. These are facts. The pensioners go.
It is not correct, my brother, to say so. And I'll give you the indices that we convince.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Darlington Oji, we have to go. We'll definitely have a part 2 of this.
Allow him to talk now.
Because of time. We're going to have a part 2 of this. We'll do one full hour. Thank you, gentlemen. Darlington Oji is a former spokesman of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State. Opunabo Inkotaria is a former special advisor on media and publicity to Governor Nyesom Wike. Opunabo, you made an accusation on me. I have no idea what you're talking about. So I'll get back to you after now to discover what it is you're talking about. But thank you very much for your time. Thanks to you, the viewer, for staying with us. A very interesting program today. We round up today's show with a report of the just concluded All Progressives Congress Convention. I'm Kofi Bitel's Plus Politics returns tomorrow.
While urging members of the party to be strong and united, President Muhammadu Buhari said the convention came at a crucial time when the party was preparing for another round of general election. Also, the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, lauded the founding members of the party for forming a political party that dislodged the People's Democratic Party, PDP, after 16 years in power.
This convention is coming at a crucial time when we prepare for another round of general election. Therefore, the need to remain strong and be united for the party to exploit the rich abundant potentials at its disposal cannot be overemphasized. We appreciate the right to hold different opinions and aspirations. However, such differences must not be to the detriment of the party.
Over 4 million beneficiaries of our government empowerment and enterprise program, the market money, trader money, farmer money. Our private sector has, despite constraints, continued to do wonders. Only a few days ago, Mr. President commissioned one of the largest fertilizer plants in Africa and one of the largest in the world.
Of projects across the 6 geopolitical zones, and particularly the second Niger Bridge in the southeast.
A broken road does not understand Igbo.
It will not maim the Fulani and let the rest of us go. The accident it will cause will take our lives. For when a vehicle somersaults, it breaks our bones.
So, you can speak Nupe till morning comes. It will not build libraries in our public schools. And when a woman, a young woman, lies dying in childbirth, your fluency in Ijaw, it will not save her life.
For Christian or Muslim, it makes no difference. When you're being driven around in an ambulance from hospital to hospital in search of oxygen, northerner or southerner, you'll just die suffocating.
You will die from causes easily preventable, like no fuel for the police to respond to your distress call. No light, no water, no nurses, no jobs. Nothing kills as efficiently as bad governance.
As politicians in office who do not pay salaries, whose response to bad roads is bigger SUVs, who set up committees and publish white papers, presiding over affairs that never improve.
Politicians in jeeps with minds in London, perpetual latecomers to every meeting, irritated by anyone with a different opinion, who see the people as a throne to sit on.
Politicians in power, who personalize the state, who criminalize criticism and terrorize dissent. In society, nothing kills as efficiently as a politician in high office with low mentality.
For you see, Boko Haram will burn down an entire classroom, but a politician can swallow the entire school system, can fold up the power station and keep it in his briefcase, can roll up the railways and keep it in her house.
They can file our seaports away in a drawer, can cripple all our farms with no fertilizers. No matter the passion that you bring into a startup, the government can cripple it with just one pronouncement.
And no degree you hold, no grammar you speak, no decision you make to just face your work, no protest you stage can save you from those elected to make and enforce our laws.
The way they see things is a wall around you, for you cannot drive faster than the person driving you. No matter your wealth, education, or achievement, you're subject to the mentality of those in government.
Politicians in office hold the yam and the knife. For to elect is to give the elected power over life. Which child remains Almajiri or becomes better? These things are in the hands of the people in power.
Politicians in office hold the farm and the seed. For to elect is to give the elected the power to decide whether security operatives can murder citizens and walk away free. These things are in the hands of those who run the country.
So, if you are tired of it all, then strike it at its roots. If you are tired of needing a letter from a senator to get that job, if you are tired of seeing your hustle frustrated by public policies, if you are tired of insecurity, then fix the politics.
Until they are there in public office, men and women with a heart for public service. No tribe, no tongue, just a commitment to build a functional nation that fills us all with pride.
Until they are in the highest office, men and women with the heart of selfless service. No region, no religion, just commitment to nation.
Until we elect them, we labor in vain.
because they have elected somebody, maybe they can just call me anytime. It's not done.